every year when it gets close to turkey season, we find somebody out there who's making calls. I'm sorry, but it's your turn.
It's okay.
You don't have any choice. You've got to talk about Bill's Custom Turkey Calls. You make these yourself. First of all, I'm going to ask you the obvious question. How did you get in this business?
I just wanted to make my own turkey call. I had a 1-inch belt sander and some hand tools, and I turned out some stuff that was really a flop. Well, I started out, these little guys here, just messing around in the garage, and really it's basically what people call, it just makes a purr pot now. People do these for purr pots. Great paperweights.
Great paperweight.
Yeah. I've come to this now after, Tim, I think it's either 8 or 9 years now.
You got several different types of calls here in front of us. This in the package, what's the difference between, say, these two calls?
Well, I make a lot of these two different kind of calls. These are the two-sided calls. There's one side is slate, the other side is aluminum. It's a super good volume call, very easy call to play.
Totally different.
And the same with the single-sided call. This just gives you a little bit more, probably as much versatility as you'll ever find or need in a slate call. And some people don't want to go to this. And so you have the single-sided call, and once again, plenty of volume, easy to play. So many people, when they pick up a turkey call, since they don't know how to do it, automatically they think, that's hard to do. So when they pick up the call, they really dig in on the call. Less pressure than it takes to write.
You're doing the least amount that you can do right there. Now, that's not something that would win you a turkey calling championship, but that's enough to kill a turkey, right there. It's not hard. All right, let's get you going through a variety of calls, and let's talk about what times you would use particular calls.
I don't use a lot of locator calls early in the morning. I just let everything start by itself. It's just my personal thing.
I agree with you on that.
It's not my cup of tea. If I hear a bird gobble, I'll try and get to where I think I need to be and get set up in tight where I'm not going to be making noise and everything cleaned up, and then really
test pattern right there. Who's out there?
Yeah, pretty much a soft yell. And then after that, if he's early in the morning off the limb, that's a lot of times all that's going to take, because he's going to come down, he's going to head that way. If I've got one a little far off, a little tough, I'll get into some more of the cuts. I'll do some more of that, kind of jazz it up a little bit, but I try not to do just too awful much, because overcalling is the biggest sin.
I totally agree. That can be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Really. Late evening, if you get this going. If you get that going late in the afternoon, he may sneak in on you. If it gets real late, you may get a couple of gobbles out of him, but there's another trick. If you get a couple of gobbles out of him real late in the evening and you can't get him to you, you be in that spot the next morning. You be sitting right there in that spot, because he will be there.
They mark that kind of stuff. That's in their head. I mean, that brain's only that size, but there's certain things that they do remember.
Yeah, they got some.
They want to know where that hen is.
They got a lot of synapses firing in there more than we think.
That's exactly right. Now, some people don't like a mouth call. Some people will use only a mouth call, and with a mouth call, you can make every sound you can make with that.
It's a lot easier than it looks. So many people will pick up a turkey, they'll go buy one and think, I want to use a mouth call. Do not even worry about making a turkey sound for 3 or 4 days. Don't go buy one the night before opening day. Go get you a turkey call and sit down and play with it and try and make any kind of sound you can. And you'll get to where you know what to do to make whatever sound that you're making consistently. And you'll do a high and a low, high, low, and then you'll just put them closer together, and there you are. It comes to a high, low, and it's a yelp. Now, a lot of people are going to try and make some kind of a yelp right off, but
Just kind of roll that off the top.
Yeah, there's a
high to
little
low.
spot on your tongue. Make sure that everything, your tongue seals up against the sides and all the air comes through the middle of the call. And you will find just a little bitty place, you'll find the spot in your tongue where you just kind of do the touch and release the pressure. And it's actually, after a few days of just playing with it, just making noise, then start putting the two notes together, and it really gets a lot easier then.
Let's talk about overcalling.
You want him to be curious when he's coming in looking for the hen. And it's not going to make him come any faster. It's not going to make him act any more stupid or anything. If he's already started in, he's completely gone against nature then anyway, because the hens come to them. Don't overcall. First off, you've got too much motion. You don't need to do that much. You want him to come and look for you. Now, he knows which tree you're under.
Oh, yeah. They have a built-in GPS for sound. They know where that sound came from.
The exact tree. When he shuts up, it looks like nothing else is going to put the call down. Don't keep trying to call. Don't try to get him to gobble again. You don't need it. It's overthought so much. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of times, and you'll hear a lot of stories. People just did that was the only call they made, and they killed the bird.
Yeah. Now, if they can remember those few little secrets, if he's coming, let him come. Be still. Every now and then, maybe do a little purr. Keep your motion down. Their eyes are truly exceptional in nature. There's nothing like them.
That's putting it lightly.
All right, what else do you want to bring out?
Tim, I don't know. The only thing I can say is go turkey hunting every chance you get. If you haven't been and get the opportunity to go with somebody that has any knowledge of turkey hunting, take that opportunity and go with them. It takes years to really pick up the tips on your own.
Well, I'll tell you what, thanks so much for coming down and sharing
thanks
this
for
with us,
having me,
man.
Tim.
If a man can do something he loves and work with his hands and come up with a product that other people enjoy, there's a huge satisfaction in that.
To this day, every person that buys a call in my booth, I personally tell them, thank you for buying one of my calls. I'm tickled to death that somebody wanted that call. Whether it's a package call.
It's a compliment to what you do.
Yeah, it just tickles me to death.